Welcome to the channel, guys. It's the Eradicator, and today we're having a Cities Skylines video. Last week on January 25th, there was a brand new DLC that brought us modular airports, and we're gonna try out today, see how it works. Apparently, it seems like it is quite similar to all the previous other DLCs that we have about industries or university. So we'll see how it works. And today I am taking you to my current city in Cities Skylines, which is made on a map that I have made myself. I try to recreate some of the vibes that we can get to see in some of the Pacific islands, like French Polynesia, for example, a mix of Taiwan as well. So we got some very harsh mountains in the middle with some plains on the side, so not a lot of buildable areas actually. That I really did that on purpose. Most of the habitations, the urban zones, are going to be crammed on the coastal areas, and really the mountains area are going to be more some farmlands eventually, but again low density, and some low density cities as well. So I think that this is where I'm going to put my airport, because I do not have any flat terrain for the airport, so I'm gonna have to sacrifice a bay. I really like this really nice, beautiful, big beach that I had there, but yeah, for the purpose of the growth of the island and the city, I'm going to be using some soil here. A new feature in this new DLC, that's actually a free feature, is that we now have the ability to sell soil if we have too much of it, and then we'll be able to carve in the mountains a little bit more. And if we don't have enough soil, then we can buy some extra soil so that we can claim land over the sea. And I think that this is really a nice little feature. So I'm gonna try to keep surrounding the airport with sea here. We want to make the water flow a little bit. That's going to be, I don't know, maybe useful, maybe if, let's say, there's a tsunami and not all of the water is going to be completely blocked, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference because, well, I'm not claiming that much land. It's like barely a meter above sea level, so it's not going to be. I think that if there's a tsunami, the airport's going to be removed, but that's okay. I think it's going to be looking quite great visually speaking. Gonna have to claim some of that land here. I always try to do that, do the frame first, and then the water that's inside is eventually going to evaporate. And I'm gonna have to do it very carefully and slowly, because you can see we're flooding a little bit the avenue that's going alongside the coast here, the beach. So we don't want to be doing that. Of course, there's the night and day circle. I like to keep on playing. I don't like to stop my games when I play. I like to keep the day and night circle, because I enjoy also looking at the city at night. It's just so fascinating to see how alive it eventually gets. And just like in real life, you know, work doesn't stop during the night. Especially if there are some really important projects that are happening that have very strict deadlines, then they are working at night as well. And that's what we are doing for roleplay purposes. I think that we have what do we have here? We're going to we would not need the tsunami buoy here. We'll put it somewhere else eventually. I think that I'm going to, if I want to have a nice looking quay, I'm going to have to eventually carve a little bit here. Okay, it's looking great. Yeah, just barely above sea level, but it's nevertheless land that has been reclaimed, and very soon I'll be able to put on the zone here. So we have to go airport here. There is an airport zone, and we are going to be creating it right there around this area. Oh, that's very interesting. So the airport zone is automatically claiming the land. Now, I didn't know that. See, if I had known that this would have definitely spared all the effort that I just made. Well, that's definitely good to know here. And you can see that it flattens the terrain. When you do that, it flattens the terrain. So you probably gain some extra soil or lose some soil depending on whether or not you've done the preliminary work. So maybe it was actually useful to do that in advance. But I still want to make sure that water here goes around it. So we're going to here take the soil away and make sure that we have a correct path for the water. Again, just for aesthetics here. This doesn't really have much of a function. I just want water to be going around that a little bit. Okay, we'll keep it straight here for now. I have no idea if this is going to be a big airport or a small airport. I mean, by the standards of the current airport, I mean the airports from before the patch, this would have been a large international airport. But I have no idea how this is going to look like with the new airports that we have with this DLC. So here we go. Airport area under construction. These are the requirements. I need to build a terminal, and we need to build an aircraft stand and a runway. All right, well, these are the three things that we are going to be building, and we are going to start right now. So I guess we have to click on transport here. Let's go to airport. And what are we starting with? Everything is blocked so far. Aha! There is the terminal here. I guess that 2 stories seems a little bit overkill for the small city that I have. So we'll just go for the classic airport terminal. That's going to be the terminal 1 eventually. If one day the city expands, let's say I get to 100,000 inhabitants, which is a lot in Cities Skylines, then I suppose I'll eventually get a terminal 2, and if it gets oversaturated. But in the meantime, we will stick with this one right here. How are we going to place it here? It looks pretty big already. It looks like it is taking a large chunk of my airport area here. Are we going to place it perpendicular to the no, it's not. Are we going to align it? Congratulations! All right, cool. Okay, so placing the terminal has given me access to a whole range of other buildings, and yeah, unfortunately, that's what I was afraid of. Unfortunately, it is a two-way small street that I doubt is going to be upgradable. I wish that we could have put a little bit more. I wish that those airports had, let's say, for example, two-way streets. That is not very grand here. Plus, I cannot really link it to my intersections here. That is not looking so great. I don't like that. I'm gonna have this. This is temporary. This is temporary. That is not looking so. Ooh, this is very ugly. We'll keep it like this for now, and eventually we'll modify it. There's definitely something to do here with the highway interchange, and we'll probably connect it directly to the highway further down the line. I think I'm going to create a whole little airport district just there, and I will connect it to the crossroads there. Yeah, that's already a little bit better. Not happy with that entrance here, but yeah, we are going to take care of it further down the line. All right, so what do we have next? I think that we need to have a runway, obviously, control tower as well. We got quite a bunch of money here. This is the Concourse, so I suppose that I'll be able to link everything from the terminal to via the Concourse. So we're gonna have to build it. Looks like the picture over there in the little icon is self-explanatory. See, I cannot put the tower. I mean, I can put it on the other side, but it wouldn't look so great. So we're going to expand the Concourse. Oh yeah, it's basically like a road. And we'll put a tower on the other side like this. All right, there we go. Hey, looking quite great. And it's even attached to the Concourse, as you can see. Oh, well, I'm quite happy with that. So let's continue. And we obviously need a runway. What else are we going to have here? These are the other terminals. Oh, different styles of terminal. That is cool. I suppose if I upgrade my terminal later for something a little bit more modern further down the line, why not? Here is the runway. So we are going, and that's the taxiway, which is going to be very useful, but we need a runway first. Now, those runways, from what I understood, do have a minimal size, so they cannot be below a certain length. I hope that this is long enough. Oh my gosh, that is going to be super tight. That is going to be super tight. Okay, here we go. Look at that. It is taking... it actually shaped the runway a little bit. Look at that. This is crazy. If I expand the airport later, I'm gonna have to work on that and gonna have to be careful here. Okay, well, that's something that is good to know. So, what do we do from now on? Obviously, we're gonna have to put a place where planes are going to be waiting. This, I think that I just need one so far, because it's a small airport. And we're gonna have to link that to the runway. So there are two axes here. And yeah, the fact that my airport is not it's not going to have a 90-degree, so it's not going to be looking that great. I'm going to try to get as much as possible here. Wait a second. Now, these are one-ways, and even the runway has a special, look at that. So they need to be going this way, not the other way around. Here. All right, now this is better. That is the way the planes are going to go. And we will link it like this and like that, so that they don't meet and they can always rotate from one side to another. Yes, that's a little bit better. Now, I hope I'll be able to put things in the middle. Oh, look at that. There's already a plane that has arrived. Huh. Well, that went quick. It doesn't even have water, but now it does. At least it has power. Okay, great. Well, I guess that we're having our first passengers already. Yeah, they are departing. Alright, well, that's looking great. I have completely defigured my beautiful bay here, but again, for the purpose of progress, economical progress and growth, this is a sacrifice that I am willing to make, and I am sure that my inhabitants are going to be very grateful in the future. Who knows, maybe I will end up building more high-rises or residential areas above land. I think I'm going to reclaim the land eventually, more land. That's how it's going to end up. That's going to be fascinating, and that's what I love playing these kind of games, especially Cities Skylines, which really gives you all the freedom that you want. The tools that you have at your disposal are very powerful and let you carve the city that you really want. You don't need to have fantastic, exceptional modding script. I barely have any mods. I like to play vanilla with the tools that were given at my disposal by the devs, and it's more of a challenge. I think it's a little bit cheating when you're using mods. I mean, if you're using mods, I mean, all the power to you, of course. It's just I prefer to be given the challenge that the devs were given to me. So here we have put two airport hotels that are going to bring some attractiveness to this very airport, and hopefully to this city, or at least to the island here. Yeah, very reminiscent of some of the airports that you find on some tiny island nations, where most of times these international airports were built on land. The same goes for Singapore. That's what they did in Singapore as well, at Changi Airport Terminal 3. So we're going to try to make it look a little bit more professional with a quay here, or a seawall. Let's see if it works or not. I do not like the way it looks. Can we make it a little bit better? That is looking a little bit too fancy for an airport, but we'll try. Yeah, no luck so far. Now we'll just try the regular one. And try to make it straight here. There you go, like this. Yeah, these pilots here, that is quite a dangerous airport. I gotta say that the pilots, when they land here, they can't miss their landing, otherwise they'll go straight into the water. Luckily, it's always a beautiful day here in this city. Oh my goodness, what have I done? Well, this is not the intended result. It actually makes things even worse. Now, doing this has actually completely sank the seawall, and the water is right by the runway. I mean, sure, it looks cool, but it doesn't look very safe, so we don't want that. Well, I guess that for now, we'll be leaving it like this until I find a better solution. Yeah, not great, not great. No, we have a lot of work to do. There are plenty of other items that we haven't tried yet, so let's go back to the airport, perhaps. And what do we have? We have already the taxiways. I think that we don't need any more taxiways. Why would we, right? Maybe... because I think that we need to connect a couple of things to taxiways. So that's going to be it. And I cannot build over water. There must have been some water that infiltrated the area here. This is not looking good. It's not looking good, but again, it's temporary. It's just my first terminal. I will probably end up deleting and rebuilding everything. When I build, eventually I will build a second terminal, and when Terminal 2 will be built, I will probably rebuild Terminal 1. That's, again, as I said, it's the beauty of playing those games. This building temporary stuff, and as you get a little bit better, you build better, you destroy the old stuff to build again with new. And I think that we will content ourselves so far with this crappy airport. We'll keep on building. We'll try to cram on this little space as much as possible, and hopefully we'll have a somewhat satisfactory result in the end. I like my highway around this. It's too bad that we don't have much construction on the other side. Not yet, at least. Now, this is footage that I recorded about a week ago, just after the DLC was released. I continued building my city. It looks a little bit better now, I gotta say. There are settlements on the other side of the highway, and it's a little bit more populated. I went all the way to 35,000 inhabitants. Yay! Not that much. It's not easy to get a lot of inhabitants when you are mostly relying on low density population just for the sake of having a town that looks pretty and realistic. But there's still obviously a lot of work to do here. I think I'm going to reclaim that land. I really want to reclaim that land here. There's that big neighborhood here. I would say that these were the low income. Oh, what happened to my zoo? I have a zoo here in the city. There's another secondary city here where there's a marina and a port as well. You can see a ship leaving that area, but I don't think that I have firemen to put down those fires. Checking out what's happening here in the other side, because it's not just about the airport. You know, when you run a city, you have to check out everything that is going on here. I think that there's enough room to put more houses here as well. Definitely. I like the fact that despite me having a single main highway, traffic seems to be okay so far. Don't have any major traffic jams. We'll put a one-way street here, so we can have extra houses. Now, there are lots of trees here. Now, those trees are going to make the life of these inhabitants a little bit better. There we go. A nice one-way road. Looking pretty smooth. I like that. I think that we'll connect the avenue here with something a little bit broader. There we go. A 3-lane road. Yep, that's it. All right, looking great. And we'll put some low-density shops here on the avenue so that we can have maximum traffic. And on the other side, let's continue here. I know that one of the squares got hit here. I know. It's okay, I'll take care of it later. We'll put a little bit of office space as well, because why not? Here, a couple of offices. There is some demand. And here we'll put some residential areas. Put in some houses. Are we building houses on the other side of the street? I don't think so. We'll just leave it blank like this. Yes, there's the highway. It's going to be way too... Nobody's going to want to live there anyway, right? Would you? Of course not. Yeah, this is a great looking area here. I'm very satisfied with this flyover. Now, the main highway that you see is a toll road. So every axis has a toll. Whether you want to go in or go out, People have to pay, and it's basically the only way to go to my city by car. So I am making a ton of money with that toll road that you just saw there, and it's paying for the airport, for example. Now we are having our plane here. Now I saw that somehow it's possible to customize the planes, but I haven't seen exactly how yet. Oh, we got a passenger plane here coming in with 44 passengers out of 50. Not bad, not bad. We have 4 active flights here so far. And, well, we are losing money, basically. This airport costs me much more than what it brings, but it is to be expected when you are starting a business. Nice little takeoff here. Yeah, those planes have no choice but to make a tight turn right after taking off, otherwise they will crash into those rocks. Yeah, maybe this is not the best location for a runway, but again, I don't have much choice because I don't have much space. Yeah, it would be a shame to sacrifice this beautiful bay. Yeah, I don't really have much of a choice. At least some part of the bay is out of range. I mean, it's out of the city area, so later, not in this video, but later, when I'll be claiming more land to build more airport zones, then I suppose that it will still look somehow like a bay. Looking at the highway here, how can I expand over there? Let's see. Trying to build a recycling center, because I saw that there is a little problem out there. The airport has a little bit too much trash, so we want to get rid of the trash, and we'll have to put a recycling center eventually. All right, so maybe a little extra street, maybe. Oh no, here there's enough space. I mean, it's going to look decent. As I said, so far everything is temporary. I can always relocate it somewhere else. Yeah, not much of an issue. Plus, everything is sand here, so it's not like it's breaking the environment. Yeah, no worries. As I said, we'll have a little airport district here, so we'll build a few shops that are going to be profiting here of the airport. We definitely have enough demand here when we look at residence, commerce, and industrial. The RSI bars, the blue bar for commercial is at the top. So I think that these slots here, these little spots are going to be filled with construction site. There we go, they're already building. Just as it was expected here. Still losing money, unfortunately. Let's see if we can have any perks for this airport to bring in some extra attractiveness. Gonna have hotel discounts, maybe. Sorry about this. If you have a hotel discount, people will stay at the hotel, I suppose. It would make sense. So far, so good. Can we put more stuff here? I would like to go to level 2 so that we can unlock more stuff. Of course, we're still at level 1 here. We'd have, for example, a luxury hotel, which would look definitely great. Anything else here at level 2 that we can unlock? A couple more things. The Airline Lounge, a place for passengers to relax after a long flight. And they are surely going to have long flights traveling to this beautiful island. Everything else here, a lot of these items seem to be locked behind level 3, unfortunately. So it's going to be taking a while until it takes level 3. Maybe that's going to be for another video. If this video is working well, then I'll make a second video where we'll be building a second terminal, and we'll destroy the first terminal. Everything will be there for you guys to see. But in this first part here, or at least this first video that I'm making, will focus on the first terminal and this little part here where the land has been reclaimed. We still have, for example, cargo ships. Cargo ships will be a wonderful alternative to cargo trains, since I don't really have a lot of space for trains. The terrain is not ideal. I want to spend as much space as possible for residential areas, so little to no trains here. This is great here. We have a bus area, a bus terminal. So I also originally wanted to rearrange this whole area here with the interchange, and I want to have access, bus access from the highway, but also from the other side of the highway and from the avenue as well. It looks like I do not have enough space. That's because I'm on the wrong side, so I'm gonna have to turn it upside down. I'm also going to have to destroy the ramps here because they're going to be taking more space. I will have to redesign the interchange, which is extremely important. It's the entrance to the city here from that particular side. Here, as far as possible, so I can have more room to connect the main avenue. I think that this is about it. I can't go much further away. There we go, like this. And then I think it is quite well aligned to the avenue, so so far so good. Next, nah, that is not, these are not the right roads. I want to take highways, and we are going to have to connect the entrance here, the ramp. Here, where is it? Here, that's what we have. And I don't like the alignment here, so we're gonna have to destroy all of this. Oh, I need to use more bulldozer. Maybe not, maybe not. I think I saw, yes. Yeah, we'll be building like, there we go. I knew I could do it. And why do I do that? That's because I don't want the people who leave the highway to go straight to the airport. It needs to be separated, and there will be an actual exit like this and an entrance as well. Now, why do I? Again, remember that all these roads that are connected to the airport and the bus terminal are two-way roads. So that means that buses are going to be coming from both sides, and they need to be able to come back. Okay, I have no choice but to connect here. So obviously that's going to create a conflict since it cannot be a one-way street. There we go, connected here. Just a tight little road here. We're going to make that a little bit better here with trees, right? It's an airport. We want the people who come to the city to feel like they're welcome. So we're gonna put trees, and I'm going to show you one of the new features that are coming up with this DLC. It's a free feature, so it's along with the patch. You don't need to pay for this. Now, with this patch, you have some new trees made by a community member who was paid by Paradox, and a great selection of trees here. So this is, as a result, making this vanilla. And yeah, look at those nice trees that you have, for example, in Los Angeles. Very tropical or subtropical looking indeed. Looks like this is a place where people are having a good time. They're going on vacation, and all those tourists who are going to be visiting this city are going to feel very excited once they leave the airport. Now that is definitely looking much better. I like that. Great addition here from Paradox. That was a great idea to add those extra trees. We could always use extra trees for more diverse creations among the community, and yeah, I really enjoy this. Now we are going to connect the terminal. That's basically it. Not much that I can do. We don't want to have too many traffic signals. So far that's going to be it. We still need to have an access ramp from here. Yeah. Okay, well, that's looking all right. That's looking all right. But the problem is that the buses are going to be having to arrive on the other way. Anyway, looks like we don't have water. We need to connect that to the water system. Okay, and we want people to be using the buses. We want them to have access to the rest of the city. So we're gonna have to build a bus line that will go, we're not going to go to the other parts of the area, we'll go around the main city. I already have a couple of bus lanes, so we'll be just connecting the airport to the rest. There's this avenue over here that doesn't have any bus lines, so that's going to be absolutely fantastic, and it's probably going to be raising the price of the it's going to be raising the value of the land too. So I think that the locals are going to appreciate the effort, and there's a little business district over there. I think that we'll be connecting the airport to the business district. I mean, since I don't have any metros, the city is too small, not profitable for metros anyway. I think that the businesses over there. Oh yeah, congratulations, we are at level 2. Well, we'll be taking care of that later. But I think that the businesses here are going to appreciate being linked to the airport via a bus line. Look at all those happy faces. Of course they are. And you can see those little arrows here. The land price is rising, and as a result, the buildings themselves are upgrading. It is a virtuous circle, and all because of one bus line. So yeah, couldn't encourage people enough to build as many bus lines as possible, as long as you can afford them, of course. But we are making almost 10,000 credits. Dollars, credits, I don't know how to call it. We'll call them credits. Okay, so here's one problem. Now the bus line is closed, but it is not connecting to the terminal. You can see if I do that, it cannot go on the other side. That is a problem. Cannot find path. That means that I am going to have to upgrade the interchange, and you can see there's a ramp that goes outside of the city. I'm going to have to build an overpass, a bridge that will go above the interchange and then join the ramp on the other side, but it's gonna have to be tight because there is that toll booth over there, and we don't want to be interfering with that toll. That toll booth over there is a cash machine, as you can obviously see and imagine. I am making a ton of money with this one, so we're gonna have to build that bridge just before it without removing it. Is this high enough? No, this is not high enough. Gonna have to destroy that, rebuild it, and make it a little bit higher. Come on. Okay, this is great. Now we've passed one toll booth. We need to pass the second one. Okay, if I go this way, yes, it works. It works. Now I need to make this look realistic. Okay, almost straight, and we're going straight to the bus terminal. This is looking great. It looks like a dangerous intersection, but at least it works. I don't think there's going to be much traffic why would they need to go back to the expressway, since both areas are going to be taking them to the same location, right? So I think that it's fine. There aren't any people who are going to be doing that anyway. I love to be looking at the traffic. It's a very busy expressway, which is why I've put those walls. But now we have the bus line. I could see a bus that's already getting there, but we want those buses to go to the bus stations. Oh, we can build a metro station, by the way. Oh, we have the luxury airport too. Oh, well, I guess we'll oh well, I've already connected the bus line to the station. So we're gonna have to, if I want to put the luxury airport right by there's the lounge, by the way. We put the lounge with a view of the city, perhaps. Oh, we got a fuel station as well. Okay, where are we going to place the fuel station? They need to be right next to the taxiways. There's just enough space right here. Now, those buildings are taking a lot of space. That's really something you have to take under consideration when you're building your airport. Obviously, I did that just as soon as the DLC was released, so I had no idea. But look at that. There's barely anything that I can place. That means that I'm going to have to place those outside of the areas that are originally intended to. So that means a little bit further away from the taxiway. Right there, a couple of hangars, small size hangar, medium size hangars. You want hangars to make your airport look nice. There's a medium park lane right there. Here we go. Yeah, we'll put more planes here. Those planes are not doing anything. They're just here for the aesthetics. And we haven't forgotten about the luxury hotels. I think I'm gonna have to expand the airport area right there, just by the road, so I can put it right here, and I don't need to be building extra roads or extra segments. There we go. Now we're just inside. Let's not destroy the commercial areas, and boom, there's a luxury hotel. I even have a swimming pool on top. Yeah, very fancy. And it's gonna have a view on both the airport and the bay at the same time. Okay, let's see how much money we make now. About 50-50 here. Half of the seats are not used. I guess that these are the people who don't want to be leaving the city. I'm making money! No, I'm not making money. I'm spending 4,000 and I'm making 100, so that's not a lot. At least, there we go. We're gonna give them some car rentals. So, well, there we have it, guys. This is how the airports look like in Cities Skylines with the new DLC. I think that it's looking quite decent, and I've got a pretty decent airport over there, and surely it's going to allow for some growth. I really like what I do here. What I have here, I like the modularity, and I like how it looks in a city. But let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Do you still play Cities Skylines? Have you gotten the DLC? What do you guys think of modular airports? Let me know in the comment section down below. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see a part 2 where we build a second terminal that's going to be much larger and where we upgrade the first one that we just built, well, let me know as well in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Thank you to Dr. Forbin and Eric Ohm for their contribution on Patreon. It's the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later. A huge shout out to everyone who's been helping me out on Patreon and via the YouTube Joint membership program. Creating content on YouTube involves continuous circles of ups and downs, and it is when we are the lower parts of the curve that your help really motivates me to keep on going. Your contribution really does make a difference, which is why in return I try to give back by offering backers access to my private Discord channel, automatic access to exclusive giveaways, or answering your questions during the show. You can help me out with as little as $1 a month, and any help is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching again. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later.